Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Friday, so it's Return to Collecting Top 50 of all time. Today we're getting to number 11 on the list. This guy is one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
That's easy. It's Roger Clemens. It's got to be Roger Clemens. Greatest pitcher of all time? Roger Clemens, right? It's Roger Clemens?
Very close. This Roger Clemens has 7 awards named after this guy, though.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, so without further ado, let's jump into it. So number 11 on the list is none other than Mr. Cy Young. There's his T206 portrait, green background. This one's in an SGC3. It's Piedmont back. Love the look of this card. I'm a big fan of the portrait cards from the T206 set, but I think the green background ones like this one and the Cobb, I think just look really, really good. So, Denton True Young was born on March 29th, 1867, not long after the Civil War, in Gilmore, Ohio. He grew up working his parents' farm. He completed school after 6th grade. Growing up on the farm, he'd throw rocks at objects for target practice. He got very accurate and started pitching and playing second base for some local teams. In 1889, he was offered a pitching slot with the Canton Nadias minor league team. He started for them in 1890, kicking off his professional career. During his early practices with Canton, he'd throw fastballs that would put holes in the fence behind home plate. After practice, the fence looked like it was destroyed by a cyclone. His teammates started calling him Cyclone. Reporters later shortened that to Cy, and the nickname stuck. Later that season, Young signed with the Major League Cleveland Spiders. A few years later, his rookie card was issued in the 1893 Just So set, super rare card. He went on to have a 22-season career playing for the Cleveland, both the Spiders and the Naps, St. Louis, and Boston, both the Red Sox and the Rustlers. Not only did he have a great fastball and incredible accuracy, but what separated him from his contemporaries was his endurance. His career numbers are insane, and he holds multiple records that will never be broken. His awards include winning the Triple Crown in 1901 in the first year of the American League, so that's pretty cool. 2 ERA titles, 1903 World Series, 3 no-hitters and a perfect game. His third no-hitter was at the age of 41, which was the oldest until Nolan Ryan threw his 6th at the age of 43 and his 7th, obviously, at the age of 44. For his single-season performances, he led the league in wins 5 times, including 30 or more wins 5 times, and 20 or more wins 16 times. Led the league in win-loss percentage twice, ERA twice, including 6 seasons below a 2.0. Complete games 3 times, including 40 or more 9 times. Shutouts 7 times, saves 3 times, not bad for a starter. Innings pitched twice, strikeouts twice, and fewest walks per 9 innings 14 times. Talk about control. For his career, his numbers were insane. They include 511 wins, first all time, will never be broken. 315 losses, first all time. .619 win-loss percentage, a .263 career ERA, putting him 61st all time. 815 games started, first all time. 749 complete games, first all time. 76 shutouts, 4th all time. 7,356 innings pitched, first all time. He did give up 7,092 hits, which is also first all time. He had 2,803 strikeouts, so 25th all time. This next one is insane. 29,565 batters faced, first all time. And 1.5 walks per 9 innings, putting him 24th all time. He won the 1903 World Series, the first modern World Series, with Boston. He had 2 wins, a 1.85 ERA, 3 complete games, and a save, which is nuts. He pitched 34 innings and struck out 17 batters. Not only was he a great pitcher, but he wasn't too shabby of a hitter. He had a .210 career batting average, which was higher than last year's team averages for both the A's and the White Sox. 325 runs scored, 290 RBIs, 18 home runs, so almost as many as Ozzie Smith, and 81 walks. Young retired in 1911. He managed the Cleveland Green Sox in 1913. After that, he worked his farm for 20 more years. When his wife died in 1933, he moved in with friends and helped around the house with odd jobs. He was inducted into Cooperstown in 1937. He lived on his friend's farm until his death on November 4th, 1955, at the age of 88. A year after his death in 1956, Major League Baseball created the Cy Young Award to honor the best pitcher in baseball. Some interesting facts about Young. He pitched against the earliest stars in baseball from the 1870s, as well as stars that played into the 1930s. When he started pitching, some major league pitchers still pitched underhand and foul balls didn't count as strikes. The pitching mound for his first 4 seasons was at 56 feet 3 inches, not 60 foot 6 inches like today. And for his first 6 seasons, including his semi-pro, Young didn't even wear a glove at the mound. We'll close it out with a story from the Sporting News recapping an early game. As the players came from the clubhouse to practice, an uncouth figure that brought a titter from the stands shambled along behind them. His shirt stretched across his massive body like a drumhead, and his arms dangled through its sleeves. He dragged himself across the field bashfully. Every angle of his frame was exaggerated and emphasized, and the stands tittered again. The great Cap Anson saw Young. "Is that the phenom?" he asked with a sneer. The gaunt figure lost its uncouthness as he warmed up to his work, and the ball shot to the catcher's thin glove with a crack that betokened even the greater speed than the flash of the sphere in the sunlight. The game began, and Chicago batters strode to the plate arrogant and confident, and one after the other, they threw down their bats and returned to the bench, puzzled and baffled. Young grew even more effective as the innings passed, and Chicago left the field beaten and blind with rage. Then the crowd, which had laughed at the unique figure of the new pitcher, arose en masse and gave him an ovation. All right, guys, well, I hope you like number 11, Mr. Cy Young, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. The dude was like a horse. I mean, 511 wins. He pitched to more batters than anybody else in history. The amount of complete games he had is just absolutely ridiculous what this guy could do. Pitchers these days, they can't do that. It's just crazy. If you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate your subscription. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.